On day 2 of the draft, the Browns hold pick 59, 89, and 91. There is no telling if they will use any of those picks to move up or choose to add picks via trade moving back. Friday night is the day the Browns can really improve their roster and add more depth. Many first-round prospects can still be available on day 2, but it is unlikely they can make it to the Browns. This may be true, but the draft brings surprises every year. We'll check out the prospects that possibly be available for the Browns. Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback, Florida State. The son of an NFL legend, Asante Samuel, very similar to his dad. He is undersized but makes out with quick feet and his ability to read route combinations. Samuel can play both on the inside and outside. He is very good in press coverage, where he can lock his hips with the receiver and be able to recover at any time. Basham Jr., edge rusher, Wake Forest. Basham is a technically sound player that plays with a violent and high motor. He has been a constant when it comes to being disruptive in the opponent's backfield. He has a great understanding for the speed of the game and plays with his pads low. He possesses great size, strength, and flexibility that beats blocks and sets the edges in the run game. His explosiveness off the ball and active hands forces offensive linemen to overset and get beat off the edge. Tryon, edge rusher, Washington. Tryon comes into the draft with the prototype build at 6'4", 265 for a modern edge rusher. Tryon's length and athleticism sets him up to be successful at the next level. He is a versatile end that can do it all. He has the ability to stand up off the edge and even put his hand down and get to the quarterback, but he can also drop into coverage at any time. DaVion Nixon, defensive tackle, Iowa. DaVion Nixon is a very quick and nimble, which is a recipe for disaster for opposing teams. He is explosive off the ball and packs a powerful punch that throws blockers off balance. Nixon has a relentless motor and often chases down plays from the opposite side of the field. He is at his best when he's defending against the run, where he has the ability to win against double teams and man multiple gaps. Nixon has an enormous upside. Aaron Robinson, cornerback, University of Central Florida, 6'1", 190. Aaron Robinson offers versatility as he can play both on the inside and outside. Robinson has good awareness on the field and reads and reacts to plays at an elite level. He is very disciplined and will not commit big mistakes, making him very reliable on the back end of the defense. His athleticism and lateral movement allows him to mirror quickness underneath and can handle most routes from the slot. He also is very confident and is very competitive against bigger receivers. Robinson is also solid against the run, but is more productive from stopping the run from the slot. We have Mcneil, defensive tackle, North Carolina State. Mcneil is unexpectedly fast at his size at 6'2", 315, and uses his size to his advantage. Mcneil has the body frame to play the traditional nose tackle position, but has proved to be a versatile prospect due to his ability to line up throughout the formation. He uses his body and strength to eat up blockers and drive blockers back at the point of attack. Mcneil is very good at fighting through traffic and taking on gap responsibilities. Jay Tufele, defensive tackle, USC. Tufele is probably the most fun to watch out of the D-tackle prospects. He has a tremendous blend of size, speed, strength, and explosiveness. Tufele seems like he shoots out of a cannon when firing off the ball. He takes control of one-on-one matchups and is dominant as a one-gap penetrator. Tufele has violent hands that beat blockers earlier in downs and is a big factor in his success as a premier bull rusher. Jalen Twyman, defensive tackle, Pittsburgh. Twyman looks as the next coming of Aaron Donald. Most comparisons come from the fact that he played at the same school and wore the same number as Aaron Donald. Now, they might not be the exact same player, but Twyman has many of the same traits. He has always been consistently a disruptor in the pocket and gets upfield. Twyman plays with a natural leverage, strength, and quickness that allows him to dominate. He has very strong hands, which aids his push-pull move that shreds blockers and helps him locate the ball at an elite rate. Lefonu, cornerback, Syracuse. Lefonu comes in at 6'3", 215, makes him a very long corner that can match up with both tight ends and wide receivers. His size allows him to be a very versatile player, which might make him move to safety at the next level. His length allows him to play in zone coverage where he can close windows quickly. Lefonu can play in the box and is more than a capable tackler. Paulson, adibo, cornerback, Stanford. DeVo comes in at 6'4", 205 and is another big corner with instinctive traits as a playmaker. DeVo was very productive during his collegiate career due to his great anticipation and recognition of route combinations. He is a physical player who is efficient in the run game and would be surprising if DeVo would slide past the third round. Israel Mukuamu, cornerback, South Carolina. Mukuamu is 6'4", 205 and is a very big and physical run defender and can be positioned at both safety and corner. Mukuamu would be the ideal Seattle safety in comparison to like a Cam Chancellor that can play in many sub packages. Hamsa Ngata, safety, Florida State, 6'5", 215. Hamsa Ngata has a great combination of speed, weight, and size that would allow him to play all over the field in the next level. He can match up with tight ends and man, and it's very efficient in man coverage. He is a very physical safety that plays downhill and does not back down from blockers. Cisco, safety, Syracuse. Cisco has a great combination of both size and athleticism. He is a very instinctive player that can make plays all over the field. He was given a lot of freedom to freelance to create turnovers and played a lot of single high coverage. With the 59th pick, the Cleveland Browns will select Basham, edge rusher from Wake Forest. I think the Browns go with Basham here because he is a first-round talent that ends up falling late in the second round and has proven to be consistent in disrupting the pocket and in the run game. Basham is the young pass rusher the Browns want to develop and can be placed opposite of Myles Garrett and take on the role that Jadeveon Clowney will play in this upcoming season. With the 89th pick, the Cleveland Browns select Mcneil, D-tackle, North Carolina State. The Browns go with Mcneil because his ability to eat up blocks and his consistency throughout his collegiate career. Bringing in Mcneil would create a young pairing with Jordan Elliott that the Browns could build on in the future. Mcneil would serve as another player that would eat up blocks, allowing Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, and Malik Jackson to take on more one-on-one situations. With the 91st pick, the Cleveland Browns select Paulson, adibo, cornerback, Stanford. Adibo would be a hard prospect to pass up because of his consistency in college, but also because his size and physicality would add another dimension to the Browns secondary. Adibo would be more than serviceable on running situations and has proved to be a playmaker in the secondary.